Welcome to the deep dive. So, you've sent us some really interesting text excerpts.
Yeah, they look quite straightforward at first glance.
They do. And today we're going to unpack some of the vocabulary in them, specifically how we describe everyday things, like furniture and clothes.
Right. So the mission, if you like, is to pull out those descriptive words. Understand what they're telling us.
Exactly. It's all about how much information can be packed into just, a few keywords.
Absolutely. And it's fascinating how these sort of basic questions and answers paint a really clear picture of specific items. Should we start with the furniture?
Let's do it. The text gives us these question-answer pairs about things people bought.
Okay, so we see this recurring question pattern, basically, which item did you buy? And the answer always highlights something specific.
Okay, so right off the bat, welk bed heb je gekocht? Ik heb een bed met de matras gekocht. So it's not just any bed. It's specified as the bed with the mattress. That detail seems pretty important, doesn't it?
It really is. It shows how we immediately, narrow things down. We specify what we're talking about.
Makes sense.
Then you get, welke kast heb je gekocht? Ik heb de smalle kast gekocht. So the cabinet. It's a narrow one.
Small and narrow, yeah. That word does a lot of work, like you said. Paints a picture straight away.
Exactly. And think about the next one. Welk salon heb je gekocht? Ik heb het salon in leer gekocht.
The living room set in leather.
Leather.
Yeah, leather. That tells you about the feel, maybe the look, probably durability too. It's definitely more than just a living room set.
For sure.
Precisely. And then we move to the coffee table, the salon-tafel. It's described as vierkante.
Square. Okay, another simple word, but it clarifies the shape instantly.
Right. And then the mattress is in persoon.
Single. So the size.
Exactly, giving us the size. And the carpet, tapien, is in vol.
Wool. Material, again, maybe even texture, like you'd imagine a wool carpet differently.
You would. It's like we're building this mental image piece by piece with each adjective. We are. Okay, what else? There's a nachtkastje, a nightstand, described as breed.
Wide, which is the nice contrast to that narrow cabinet earlier.
Good point. And the tafel is round around.
And a stool, a chair, that's in out.
Made of wood. Okay.
Material.
And the last furniture piece, the clear cast, the wardrobe. This one is met spielder.
With a mirrored door. So that's interesting. It's not size or material.
It's a specific feature, yeah.
It really highlights how these descriptions focus on what likely mattered most, when choosing or just talking about these items.
That's a great way to put it. These adjectives aren't just random. They point to key attributes.
Okay, should we switch gears to the clothing?
Let's do it. The structure here is a little different, more confirmation.
Yeah, it shifts to, is it een? Is it a? And the answer is always this emphatic, ja, dat klopt.
Yes, that's right.
And this structure seems focused on just verifying one specific characteristic per item, like is it in witte jas?
Is it a white coat? Yeah, dat klopt. It is in witte jas.
So the key info being confirmed. The color, white.
Right, simple enough. Then, is it in geruit pajama?
A plaid pajama. So here it's the pattern being confirmed.
Got it, pattern. Next, is it een brede broek?
Wide pants. So again, maybe the cut or the size. Breder.
Wide, yeah. And then we get color again with een geel kleedje.
A yellow dress, yep. And pattern with een gestreept hemd.
A striped shirt. Okay. And length comes up too. Is it a kort t-shirt?
A short t-shirt, right. Then back to color.
And a road trip.
Red sweater. And length again. A long shawl.
A long scarf. Then another color. A blauw vest.
Blue cardigan. Okay. And the last one is it's in small badpak.
A narrow swimsuit, which probably relates to the fit or the style, the cut. Small.
Narrow. So it's interesting how consistently these questions just zero in on one specific thing. Color, pattern, size, material, or like with the wardrobe, a special feature.
It really shows how we kind of categorize and understand these everyday objects, doesn't it? Through these key descriptive attributes. So if we step back and look at the big picture from these examples, what we've really seen is, a basic but essential vocabulary set for describing things around us.
Definitely. We're using words that specify material like leder, wool, hout.
Leather, wool, wood.
Yeah.
And dimensions or shape small, vierkante, en persoons, breed, rond.
Narrow, square, single, wide, round, also lang, kort, small, long, short, narrow.
Right. And then the visual stuff like color wit, geel, rude, blauw, white, yellow, red, blue.
Yeah.
And patterns, Jerry, just streaked.
Plaid, striped, and even specific features like that Spiegelger, the mirrored door.
Exactly. These aren't just labels, are they? They're like essential for telling things apart, for clear communication.
Couldn't agree more. They're
Oh.
fundamental. And it makes you think, about all the other ordinary things we encounter.
How we describe them.
Yeah, how we instantly categorize them using probably very similar questions and answers, even if just in our heads. Like, what attributes jump out if you're describing, say, different types of cars, or even different kinds of food?
That's a really interesting thought. It's just a fundamental part of how we process the world through language, isn't it?
It really is.